Hey everybody, it's Amber. Welcome to my channel. So thank you so much for coming back and joining me today. I am going to be making something a little different, but I think you're really going to like it. I'm using some watercolor supplies here, and we're going to be making a simple watercolor Christmas card. This is a way for you to really hand make your Christmas cards. And it's so simple. I'm totally a beginner. I've only made a few watercolor things in my entire life, and I'm showing you that it's so easy and you can make it beautiful. Watercolor is very forgiving and it just looks very handmade and artsy, so I think that you'll love to give this a try. I'm using items from Arteza today, and I've got the 32 sheet watercolor pad. It's the premium watercolor pad. For starters, it's gorgeous. I just love the cover. And then it's got this really nice watercolor paper. And I'm also going to be trying out the Arteza real brush pens. So these can be used just like watercolor, kind of like watercolor pencils or markers. These are the Arteza water brushes, and there's 6 of them in different sizes. So I'm using these two. We're going to make the most simple Christmas card. I was inspired by so many watercolorists on YouTube. I'm going to link the channel below that it really inspired me, and she's such a great teacher. So I'm going to link her channel below because you're going to love all the stuff that she does. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm just going to start out by trimming down my watercolor paper to be the size of a card front. And I'm going to make a 5x7 card. So I think I'm going to just trim this down to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. I'm going to bring in some washi tape, and that's for a couple reasons. So first of all, I just have wrapping paper for my backdrop here. So if it gets damaged or it gets paint on it or anything, it's okay. I'll just take it out and put a new slab down. So this wrapping paper, I had a couple people ask me, it's just from Hobby Lobby and it's a huge roll. It'll like last you a lifetime. So we're just going to use this as the backdrop so I don't get any paint or anything on my craft mat. So the first thing I'm going to do is tape this down. I'm going to tape this down so it doesn't move around. And that way I have a nice steady surface to paint on. What I'm going to be painting today is a Christmas tree. So this is a technique that I learned from the channel that I'm linking below. She's so amazing. So this set actually comes with one of the water brushes, but I've already got these loaded up with water and ready to go, so I'm going to use those. So let's see, I'm going to use some green tones, of course, for our tree. So let's see the colors here. We have crocodile green, light green, seaweed green, turtle green, and green tea. So let's just take all these green ones out and see what we can do with these. So I'm going to go from light to dark. So the first color I'm going to pull out is green tea. Light green. This one is called crocodile green. Seaweed green next. Turtle green. So now I'm going to grab one of my water brushes and I'll show you the size. Just want to make sure there's plenty of water getting to the brush. Okay, I think we're ready. Okay, I'm gonna bring in my heat gun and dry this layer. And this time I'm gonna start at the bottom. So I think that we have this pretty much good. And now the satisfying part, you get to remove the washi. So now we have a cute watercolor Christmas tree. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my red color. And I'm just going to add some garland, but what I did first is I tested it over here, added a little bit of water from this brush pen, just to kind of get it more creamy. And I'm going to add some garland. So I think I want to do a red bow. So after this is completely dry, then I just take a simple chalk marker and I like to add some little snow effects to this. So you can do this with acrylic paint too if you have it, and Arteza has some great acrylic paint as well. But I'm just going to use this chalk marker and I'm literally just going to push down little snowdrops. It just kind of looks like there's snow now. Optional is you can add a border, and it looks really artsy to do your own border. So I'm going to choose red, and so I can just make one motion. So the very last thing I like to do is I have this Wink of Stella. So this is a glitter pen, and just make sure if you have one of these you remove the little black spacer that goes right here, because that's how the glitter comes out. So this is just the clear color. So I'm going to take it and go and just kind of highlight those snow dots that I made. Just make them sparkle a little bit. so other than adding just a little sentiment right here, we are done with our cards. So let's reveal this. So I think we're gonna officially ruin my wrapping paper, as you can see, but it's no problem. I think this turned out so pretty. I love the watercolor border. It looks so cute and handmade. So since I want to keep this very hand-painted, handmade, I'm going to attempt to write out Merry Christmas. So I think I'm just going to go with good old cursive, and I'm going to write Merry Christmas. And I'm going to use the red brush pen. Now I'm just going to create a card base. So I have this 110-pound cardstock from Michael's, and I want to use it for the card base so it's nice and sturdy. So I'm going to pull out one of these green ones, and we're going to use that to make our card base. So because I want a 5x7 card, I need to cut this down to 10x7. Okay, so next just simply fold this in half. Just using my bone folder here. This is also by Arteza. I'll have all these items linked below for you, and including a coupon code from Arteza. So here is our simple card base. So I think to make this a little more special and give it some dimension, I'm going to use this Scotch dimensional foam adhesive. Here is a little tip for you too. If you want to make a beautiful work of art and send your handmade creations to multiple people, you can create your original and then take this to like a print shop or print it at home and just make a bunch of copies and make cards with your copies. So it's still your original artwork, it's just prints of it, and everybody can enjoy your handmade card that way. So isn't that super pretty? And for the inside, I'm just going to finish it off super easy. I'm going to take this polka dot paper and I'm going to cut it down to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. For the sentiment, I'm just going to use a clean white cardstock, and I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So our card is officially done. I think this is so adorable and anybody can make it. I really had fun watercoloring today and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!